Welcome to Dr. Disability Quotes. And if you're a physician, your ability to work is your most valuable financial asset. You've spent years and hundreds of thousands of dollars training for your career. But what happens if an illness or injury prevents you from practicing medicine? Most doctors assume their hospital group plan or a basic disability policy has them covered. The reality is, most physicians are significantly underinsured, and the gap between what they think they have and what they actually need can be financially devastating. In this video, we're going to cover exactly what disability insurance means for physicians, what to look for in a policy, the mistakes most doctors make, and how to make sure you're properly protected. Here's a stat that surprises most doctors. You have a 1 in 4 chance of experiencing a disability that keeps you out of work for 90 days or more before you reach retirement age. For physicians specifically, the financial stakes are higher than almost any other profession. The average physician earns between $250,000 and $400,000 per year depending on specialty. A disability that sidelines you for even 2 or 3 years represents $1 million or more in lost income. Before you factor in student loans, practice overhead, or family expenses. And here's what makes physicians uniquely vulnerable. Many of the conditions that cause disability are specialty-specific. A hand tremor that barely affects daily life can end a surgeon's career. Early cognitive changes that most people would work through can make it impossible for an anesthesiologist to safely practice. A back injury that a desk worker manages with ibuprofen can prevent an orthopedic surgeon from operating. This is why disability insurance isn't optional for physicians. It's as essential as malpractice coverage. If there's one thing you take away from this video, let it be this. The definition of disability in your policy is everything. There are 3 main definitions used in disability insurance policies. The first is own occupation. This means you're considered disabled and eligible for your full benefit if you can no longer perform the material duties of your specific medical specialty. So if you're a surgeon and you can no longer operate, you receive your full disability benefit, even if you could theoretically work in another capacity like consulting or teaching. The second is modified own occupation. This means you're considered disabled if you can't perform your own occupation and you're not working in any other occupation. If you take any other job, even a lower-paying one, your benefits may be reduced or eliminated. The third is any occupation. This is the weakest definition. You only receive benefits if you're unable to work in any occupation for which you're reasonably suited by education, training, or experience. For a physician, this is an extremely high bar. Insurers can argue you're capable of working in some capacity and deny your claim. For physicians, true own occupation coverage is non-negotiable. It's the only definition that fully protects your specialty-specific earning power, and it's only available through individual disability policies, not group plans through your hospital or employer. Most physicians have some disability coverage through their employer or hospital group plan. Here's why that's not enough on its own. First, group plans typically replace only 60% of your base salary, and that's before taxes. If your benefit is paid with pre-tax dollars, your actual take-home replacement is closer to 40 to 45% of what you were earning. For a physician earning $300,000 a year, that's a significant drop. Second, group plans almost never use true own occupation definitions. You may find yourself classified as able to work in another medical capacity and denied benefits even when you can no longer practice your specialty. Third, group coverage is tied to your employer. If you leave your hospital group, start your own practice, or get laid off, your coverage disappears with it. Individual policies are portable. They stay with you regardless of where you work. Fourth, group plans typically cap benefits at a flat dollar amount that may have made sense years ago but doesn't reflect your current income. As your earnings grow, your coverage gap widens. The bottom line, group coverage is a starting point, not a complete solution. Most physicians need an individual policy layered on top to be fully protected. Beyond the own occupation definition, here are the features that matter most in a physician disability policy. Benefit period. You want coverage to age 65 or longer. Short benefit periods of 2 or 5 years leave you exposed to long-term disabilities that are statistically more common than most people realize. Elimination period. This is the waiting period before benefits begin, typically 90 days. Make sure you have enough liquid savings to cover that window. Some physicians opt for a 180-day elimination period to lower premiums if they have strong reserves. Future increase option. This rider allows you to increase your coverage as your income grows without new medical underwriting. For residents and early career physicians, this is critical. Lock in your insurability now while you're young and healthy. Cost of living adjustment. A COLA rider increases your benefit during a long-term claim to keep pace with inflation. For a disability that lasts years or decades, this can make a significant difference in your actual purchasing power. Residual disability rider. If you can work part-time but not full-time, this rider pays a partial benefit proportional to your income loss. Without it, you may receive nothing for a partial disability that still significantly impacts your earnings. Disability insurance for physicians isn't one-size-fits-all. The right policy depends on your specialty, your income, your existing coverage, and your career stage. A resident has very different needs than an established attending or a practice owner. The most important step you can take right now is getting a personalized quote that accounts for your specific situation, your specialty, your state, your income, and the carriers that offer the strongest own occupation definitions for physicians. We built Dr. Disability quotes specifically for this. You can get a free, no-obligation quote comparison from the top disability insurance carriers for physicians at drdisabilityquotes.com. There's no sales pressure, just a clear look at your options from an independent broker who works with all the major carriers. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more content on financial protection strategies for physicians. And if you have questions, drop them in the comments. We read and respond to everyone. Thanks for watching.